Collegiate football comes from East Lansing, Michigan, and the touchdown cameras are there, along with a record crowd of 65,000 Spartan spectators, as the nation's #1 team, Michigan State, entertains winless Purdue. MSU, undefeated through 3 games, is favored to breeze past the Boilermakers, but State coach Duffy Doherty knows only too well his Spartans have to be up, for Purdue always proves a troublesome aggregation. The big man for State is Walt Kowalczyk, who has been dubbed the sprinting blacksmith by the sports writers. Michigan State on offense in the opening quarter. Second unit quarterback Mike Panich spies a hole in the defense and scurries through for 8 yards. The Spartans' talent-loaded squad features slashing runners, and that's Art Johnson brushing off would-be tacklers to rack up a first down. State's multiple offense is enough to panic any team. Watch in slow motion as Mike Panich rattles the Boilermakers with a perfect lead pass to Larry Arding for a 20-yard gainer. Spartans face a fourth down situation on the 1-yard line. Dean Look hits the line and fumbles. Purdue recovers the ball, and the Boilermakers hold as the first quarter ends in a scoreless tie. The Boilermakers' steam runs out in the second period, and they're forced to punt. Kenny Mikes kicks to Walt Kowalczyk, and the sprinting blacksmith hammers down the near sideline on a 33-yard dash to the Purdue 10. The Spartans have a lot of prestige to uphold as the #1 team in the country, and they're counting on Walt Kowalczyk, who pops over right tackle for 5. Kowalczyk started it, and he finishes it with a thrust into the end zone for a touchdown. Michigan State pulls in front 7-0. Purdue can't get started, and the ball is pried loose from Mel Dillard. Dave Kaiser flops on the loose pigskin, and the Spartans own the ball inside the Boilermaker 10. From there, it's wholesale murder as Killer Kowalczyk KOs Purdue with a touchdown. But State is detected for illegal use of the hands, and the play is nullified. MSU is back on its 25 with 4th down coming up, and Coach Duffy Doherty sends in a play. Doherty calls for Dave Kaiser, the kicking hero of the 1956 Rose Bowl, to try a field goal. Kaiser's attempt is short and wide, and again the Spartans are stymied. Misfortune seems to have matriculated at Michigan State. The next time they're in possession, Blanche Martin fumbles, and Fred Brandel covers the ball for a Purdue recovery. It's the break the Boilermakers have been waiting for, and they're not going to mess it up as Bob Jarris jars the Spartans for 7 yards. It's Jarris again, jockeying his way for a first down inside the 5-yard line. Holding the ball like it might mean his life, Bob Jarris just makes it into the end zone for a touchdown. At halftime, the shocked Spartans find themselves in a 7-7 tie with Purdue. In the third quarter, the nation's #1 team gets more heartaches as sophomore Ross Fitchner lets fly with a pass. Tom Frankhauser flags down the ball on a beautiful over-the-head catch, and the nifty play gets Purdue 43 yards closer to the Spartan goal. Handoff goes to Mel Dillard, and pell-mell blasts over for the TD as the Boilermakers pull into a stunning 14-7 lead. Purdue's back for more the next time it gets the ball, but Mike Panich puts a damper on Purdue plans as he heists a Bull Bob Spoo pass, and MSU has a break. When State is in trouble, there's one man that always pulls them out, Walt Kowalczyk, and Walt waltzes for a 25-yard gain. Once again, the Spartans line up to a 4th down situation. Jim Nanowski looks for a receiver, but all he finds is Purdue's Len Jardine, who slams Nanowski to the turf for a loss, and the Boilermakers take over. And take over they do. Pell-mell Dillard, last year's leading rusher in the Big Ten, bolts by the State defense on a 30-yard scamper. Purdue is keyed for an upset, and on a classy draw play, Kenny Mikes shocks the partisan Spartan Rooters with a 34-yard touchdown track. The Boilermakers push into a commanding 20-7 lead after 3 quarters. In the final period, the Spartans soar skyward. Jim Nonowski tosses a 20-yard strike to Dave Kaiser, and MSU is at midfield. It's a marvel that Purdue has been able to contain State so long. Nonowski is pulling out all the stoppers now as he hits Sam Williams for a 19-yard gain, and Spartan spectators are yelling for a score. Nonowski goes back to throw again. Jim hurls a long pass, and Sam Williams tucks it in for a touchdown. It's the final touchdown as Purdue holds and pulls off the upset of the year. Boilermaker coach Jack Molenkoff is the happiest man alive as his Purdue team knocks off the nation's #1 ranked team, Michigan State, 20-13. More than 75,000 Spartan spectators, the largest crowd ever to see Michigan State at Macklin Field, brave breezy, freezing weather to watch their mighty monsters go against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. State is ranked 4th nationally and aims to preserve its lofty ranking. In the first quarter, Walt Kowalczyk looks like he stopped at the line of scrimmage, but Walt gets his second win and scoots 41 yards before he's dragged down from behind. Jim Nonowski, field general of State's multiple offense, goes overhead with a 22-yard pass to Blanche Martin as the Spartans move in on the Irish goal. The State drive ends abruptly. On 4th down, Bob Bursick recovers his own fumble, but it's not enough for a first down, and the Spartans are stopped deep in Notre Dame territory. In the second period, the green and gold is forced to give up the ball. Nick Pietrasanti's punt is packed by Don Gilbert, and Gilbert leads the Irish of Mary Chase as he rockets goalward on a 40-yard return. The power-packed Spartans spring Bob Bursick over center, and Bob booms for a first down. Michigan State, which has rolled over 5 opponents, strikes with lightning as Art Johnson jars the Notre Dame defense on an 11-yard scoring track. Spartan rooters whoop it up as their team leads 7-0 at halftime. In the third quarter, Michigan State is winging again as Nonowski teams up with Dave Kaiser for a 12-yard profit. Nonowski and Kaiser collaborate once more. This time, it's a 7-yard surge. Only a yard to go. Walt Kowalczyk rams into pay dirt. The Spartans increase their lead to 14-0. Notre Dame finally poses a threat as Bob Williams carries on a keeper. About to be hit, Williams pitches back to Frank Reynolds, who rattles to the State 27-yard line for a classy 38-yard gainer. Costume mistakes in Notre Dame seem synonymous today. Williams loses the pigskin, and Dean Look finds it for Michigan State as the Spartans take possession. Second unit quarterback Mike Panich whips up an offense as he totes on a keeper. Panich fumbles, and the pigskin is slipperier than an armful of eels. State finally recovers for a 9-yard gain. Art Johnson takes the handoff, and there's a hole at left end. Johnson is through. And so are the Irish as he stuns Notre Dame on a 50-yard sprint to the end zone. MSU ups its lead to 20-0. Late in the third period, the Spartans attack again. Jim Nonowski passes to Sam Williams. Williams dances and dodges for 59 yards before he's overtaken on the Notre Dame 6-yard line. Blanche Martin picks up the final 6, and the MSU total hits 27 to Notre Dame's nothing. The Irish are finding no 4-leaf clovers in the third period. Notre Dame is plagued with fumbleitis, and Michigan State is awarded another recovery as the quarter ends. On the first play of the final session, the State third stringers are in command with Roger Donahue picking up 9 yards. Notre Dame digs in for a goal line stand, but Dick Barker blasts for the TD. The Spartans are now in front 34-0. The Irish finally crack the hard-shell MSU defense as Bob Williams shoots a pass to Monty Stickles for a 23-yard gain. Williams is back looking for a receiver. Bob can't spot one, but he spies a hole and lights out on a first down gallop to the Spartan 48. Williams is the #1 man on this drive. Bob shakes free from that charging state defense and rings up a 16-yard rush. Bob Williams gives Notre Dame its only happy moment of the day as he dives for the touchdown. Duffy Doherty's supercharged Spartans run out the clock from here on. In a great display of power, 4th-ranked Michigan State dynamites Notre Dame's Fighting Irish 34-6.